of all, welcome everyone to the celebration and dedication of the Gene Rainbolt Graduate School of Business at the University of Oklahoma's Price College of Business. I know most of you in the room, but I haven't had a chance to meet all of you. I'm Daniel Pullen, the Dean of the college, and I've had the distinct honor of serving in this capacity alongside my wife Tamara, who's here with us today, what is now our 5th academic year in college. And together we're so honored to benefit from the energy and the enthusiasm, the wisdom and the maturity, the intellectual leadership of over 4,500 students in the business school, over 400 industry leaders who are members of our various advisory boards, over 200 corporate collaborators, and over 40,000 alumni, many of whom are here today. We're also honored to have 3 members of our Board of Regents, certainly one that we'll recognize here in a moment, in Regent Leslie Rainbolt Forbes. We're also joined today by Regent Frank Keating and Regent Phil Albert. Please join me in welcoming the Regents. Together, our stakeholders are co-investing. They're co-investing in the future of not only a great college of business, which this is, but more importantly, we're co-investing in what has become an economic engine for OU and an economic engine for Oklahoma. Every day we wake up and have the opportunity to make a difference, not only just for our students, but the public as a whole. Today it's our alumni and our stakeholders that are holding our heads even higher than before, because we have today the confidence in knowing not only are we just graduating students, but we're preparing the leaders needed for Oklahoma's future. It's the leaders that we need to carry out our purpose, and we're the Price College of Business, so colloquially we call that the purpose of Price, which is simply to ensure the enduring global competitiveness of Oklahoma and the nation. Period. Everything we do has to make Oklahoma stronger in a lasting way at global scale, and if it doesn't, we don't do it. We're not capitalized for duplication or redundancy. We have to tackle the biggest business issues of our time. We have to empower our faculty to generate world-class business insights that render companies more effective and more efficient, more enduring. We have to bring those insights into the classroom so that we prepare our students as leaders that can deploy and, I believe, improve upon those insights in practice. And I can honestly say that we're fulfilling our purpose at warp speed. I can honestly say that today represents perhaps the best time, the single point of excellence in the College of Business's history. It's important to see a College of Business not only being a great College of Business, but collaborating across the university to activate the broader impact of what higher education is supposed to be. Not just the province and benefit of our students, but a public good that is valued by all. So how fortunate are we in what is the 20th anniversary of the landmark college naming gift after Michael F. Price, which, he gave us the initial capital and maybe more importantly, the confidence we needed to know that we could compete on the national and the global stage. But in this 20th anniversary, today marks a transformative moment as we lift our aspirations for world-class graduate business education. The advancement of the Gene Rainbolt Graduate School of Business represents a pivotal moment in college and university history. And I couldn't imagine a more important moment for us to continue to aspire to prepare leaders necessary for Oklahoma's growing professional workforce. Think about it. Where else would you find a graduate school of business that's physically located in the geographic heart of a thriving innovation district that's bustling with technology-based entrepreneurial ventures, many of which are launched on the back of OU research and innovation? Where else would a student find the chance to pursue a business education in the all-important industry of healthcare, right on the front lines of where it's happening at an academic medical center like the Health Sciences Center here at the University of Oklahoma? Where else is a student just steps away from a vibrant and evolving energy sector that is so foundational to our future, both in terms of economic might as well as geopolitical importance? Where else would a student who's committed to serve our country through the armed forces just down the way from their post at a great base like Tinker, or someone that's employed in the thriving aerospace sector that we enjoy just to our east? Well, the answer is that there is no place else. No place, the Gene Rainbolt Graduate School of Business. Today we stand at the nexus of Oklahoma's future. This state-of-the-art facility with the sweeping views behind me supports our cutting-edge curriculum. It enables so many never-before partnership opportunities. Take, for example, our Center for the Business of Healthcare. $1 in $5 in this country is spent on healthcare. It actually is a larger industry domestically than energy. But it's an industry that's growing, and it's growing for the wrong reason, because the business model is broken. We pay more per healthcare outcome than any other industrialized country in the world. We have great caregivers, great physicians. So many are educated and trained just across the street. But to be great at healthcare, we must provide access. And if we're closing the door to quality care, not only are we not keeping our citizenry healthy, but if they're not healthy enough to get up and go to work, then they can't drive our economy. They can't drive our tax base to invest in core services that we need, like education. The business of healthcare is a very important initiative in this college. It's important for the future of our state. In fact, I'm so proud that this last class of MBA students is benefiting with a watershed partnership with OU's College of Public Health to create a healthcare track in our MBA program. It really does allow us to prepare the leaders necessary to tackle these very difficult challenges in this all-important industry. And even before we opened this facility, our faculty and staff, we worked around the clock. We looked at both the national and global trends of business education. We were committed to doing things not the way they've always been done, but instead to look ahead, to see where we need to go, and then work backwards from there. We reworked our curriculum, and I think today you're benefiting from this proximity to industry that so many of our students, your future employees in many respects, maybe in some cases your future bosses, will be able to add value day one upon graduation. You don't have to retrain them, they'll be ready to run. We also wanted to offer a program that connected our students to the best and the brightest business and community leaders in Oklahoma City. We wanted our students to be inspired and mentored by the great leaders of today. In turn, we want our students to bring fresh ideas and perspectives, energy and spirit to these leaders. I think that's what a great university like the University of Oklahoma is all about. It's what OU should mean to this place and to our people. It's where we're all fortunate to wake up and to contribute to our future, where in so many ways the future starts here at the Gene Rainbolt Graduate School of Business. Oklahoma needs more leaders. We need young, we need hopeful, aspirational minds that are committed to moving our state forward. Young talent has the opportunity, and probably the obligation, to go farther and faster in Oklahoma than virtually any other geography in the nation. As much as our students are looking forward to their opportunity, I think our companies are equally thirsty for them. Young people are our future. And in Oklahoma, the future is now. As a result, our MBA curriculum now requires all full-time students to have an internship and a consulting project with an Oklahoma company. They come face-to-face with today's business leaders. They have the opportunity to be mentored, inspired, and build a network and a relationship with them that will endure for years. We're more likely to retain our best and brightest as they walk across the stage, diploma in one hand and keys to their office in the other. That's the promise of the Gene Rainbolt Graduate School of Business at the University of Oklahoma. And the world's taking notice. We've had student applications from every corner of the globe searching to come to Oklahoma. In our full-time or our professional MBA programs, our recently STEM certified Masters in Data Analytics through our MIS division, which, by the way, just into the nation's top 25 data analytics programs at the master's level, or through specializations and certificate programs in entrepreneurship, in energy, in healthcare, digital technologies, finance, and media management. Our students can have it all right here in a community that is on the move. We all know that Oklahoma City is consistently ranked as one of the fastest growing communities, one of the fastest growing economies, one of the best places to start a new business, one of the best places for millennial professionals, and most importantly to me, one of the best places to start and grow a family. And it's this OU family that we've built under President Mrs. Bourne's leadership over the last 23 years that gives us the opportunity to extend that family and build our communities and our economy across the state. But don't take my word for it. Let's hear it from one of our future leaders. This time I'd like to welcome an MBA candidate and a dual degree student in that Masters of Information Technology Data Analytics program, Kat Highland, to share a bit of her experience here at the Gene Rainbolt Graduate School of Business. Kat.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kat Highland, and as Dean Pullen mentioned, I'm a full-time graduate student pursuing a dual MBA MS-MIT degree at the Rainbolt Graduate School of Business at the Price College of Business. I first want to thank everyone for joining us today for this very special dedication. I am humbled and honored to stand here among such notable leaders and visionaries. On behalf of my fellow students, we are incredibly grateful to have the Rainbolt family and President Boren, along with several other distinguished guests, here to share in this moment with us. It is truly fitting. I'm originally from the Cleveland, Ohio area and graduated from The Ohio State University with a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration degree. Upon graduating, I joined the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company as a part of the Human Resources Development Program. While working for Goodyear, I spent 6 months on a rotational assignment in a manufacturing facility in Lawton, Oklahoma. Prior to stepping foot in Oklahoma for the first time in 2016, I was pretty certain that no state could compete with my home state of Ohio. I thought to myself, what people could value resilience, perseverance, and excellence the way that Ohioans do? After just a few months, I realized that the Oklahoma Sooner spirit absolutely rivals the Ohio Buckeye pride. During my time living and working in Oklahoma, I was truly inspired by the genuine, kind-hearted, and hardworking people, the unique culture, and the intriguing economy of the state. I was drawn to the Price College of Business for the many reasons I was drawn to Oklahoma in general. My ultimate decision to pursue my MBA at OU was a result of several significantly persuasive factors, but today we are here to celebrate one of those factors, and that is this beautiful, state-of-the-art, world-class, brand-new Rainbolt Graduate School of Business facility in Oklahoma City. I asked some of my classmates to share adjectives that they would use to describe this facility, and a few of the words that they mentioned were modern, convenient, professional, collaborative, and connected. As you walk around this morning, I am sure that you will agree that these adjectives are fitting. To me, this facility is simply awesome. Every morning before I walk into class in one of the classrooms around the corner, I step off the elevator, walk down the hallway that most of you are standing in, put my lunch away in the Sonic kitchen right behind you, and look out the window behind me at the beautiful Oklahoma City skyline. To be situated in Oklahoma City, surrounded by businesses in various industries, is a true advantage to career-seeking students like me. The decision to move this program from Norman to Oklahoma City is very strategic and will undoubtedly prove to be a worthwhile investment for the University of Oklahoma. I'm a firm believer that education is the pathway to continued economic growth, and I can attest to the beneficial influence that OU's MBA program has and will continue to have on such growth in Oklahoma. The Rainbolt Graduate School of Business facility will absolutely play a vital role in continuing to carry out the purpose of Price to ensure the enduring global competitiveness of Oklahoma and the nation. I consider myself privileged to be a part of this next great chapter for not only Oklahoma City, but for Oklahoma and for our entire country in general. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my insight as a current MBA student. Once again, on behalf of all current and future graduate students, I would like to thank the Rainbolt family for making such a significant and lasting investment that will continue to impact the lives of OU students for generations to come. Mr. Rainbolt, we promise to write well. I'd like to welcome Dean Pullen back to the podium.
Well, thank you so much, Kat. You know, her generation, it's often much maligned, and that's just an inaccurate portrayal. When you hear her words, when you see her spirit and her enthusiasm, her ideas and vision for the future, how could you not stand but be anything but optimistic about where we're heading? Well, this has been a journey. It's been a journey that started a couple of years ago with our faculty and our students and our alumni having real conversations about what is possible. And those conversations really stood on the shoulders of someone that taught us how to do that, to ask about possibilities. And that's going to be our next speaker. It's my pleasure to introduce you to an individual who has been instrumental in so many ways in making the University of Oklahoma, across all 3 of its campuses, including this health sciences campus that we're at today, a true pace setter in all areas. Under the leadership of President David L. Boren, the Health Sciences Center has been completing a period of rapid and unprecedented growth. Now in his 23rd year as president of the University of Oklahoma, President Boren is the longest serving president in the Big 12, and no other public university in this nation has come as far, as fast as your University of Oklahoma. Under his leadership, OU's campuses have been physically transformed. We see that here today. Our students have more resources for learning, as you just heard. Our faculty have been strengthened and invigorated. And our health programs in particular have grown in both size and stature. I could go on, but I think we all know the man. Please join me in welcoming our president, David L. Boren.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Dean Pullen, and thank you, Kat, for those very stimulating remarks, and thank all of you for being here. You know, we're really, I think, in a historic moment in the history of our university and in the history of our state. We're celebrating today, and we have so much to celebrate. How far the College of Business has come since its founding in 1928. Never has the College of Business had as high national rankings as it enjoys today because of the hard work of the faculty and the students, and also I would have to say because the vision, tenacity of Dean Pullen, who has really brought an extraordinary understanding to his work at the College of Business to move us forward. But we stand here today and we look back at the skyline. We think about the College of Business truly embedding itself into an urban community where the business leadership and the capital city stand, and then no distance between the university, no distance between the learning and the abstract theories that we have in the classroom and the practical experience that will come from the internships, the involvement and the interchange between business leaders in our state and in our city and the students at the University of Oklahoma. It's truly remarkable, and there have been very few universities in the country that have had the courage to make the change that is really demanded in our society, where we bring together experiential learning with theoretical learning, and it's happening visibly right before our eyes with the backdrop that's behind me. So thank all of you for being part of an important moment in history, an important milestone. I think sometimes we don't stop to really realize it when we're walking through an historic moment, a moment of change, a moment of definition. But today we realize we're part of something that is truly important for the history of our university, the future of our university, and the future of our state. This College of Business, which has now within it 25 different nationally ranked programs. It's been ranked by the Journal Record as having the most outstanding MBA program, the strongest in our state. It is an engine of progress for our state, particularly from an economic point of view, like none other, because the future really depends upon the kind of leadership that comes from students like those who are here in the Rainbolt MBA program at the College of Business and the Graduate School of Business that we're celebrating today. So it is an important moment for the history of our state. Now, moments like this are moments of celebration. You celebrate all the things that have gone on before, all the previous milestones that have been reached, and you celebrate the people who have helped make it possible. Today we celebrate many of you. As I look around the room, I know there are more than just the Rainbolt family, but others have joined in and followed their lead once they stepped forward to make possible this facility. Generous gifts have been made by many of you in this room, and they are deeply appreciated. But you know, when we celebrate, we think back about why we're celebrating the naming today, for example, of the Graduate School of Business in this facility, recognizing Gene Rainbolt and recognizing through him the leadership of his entire family. I thought to myself, what could any parent hope for in their children? You would hope that they would carry on the values that you deeply believe in. You hope that they would carry on the same charitable and public spirit of what's good for everyone, not just what's good for us. That's been the spirit of this remarkable family. And that spirit has come from the patriarch of that family that we recognize today by placing his name on this facility. But it's a day not only of celebration, it's a day also of challenge. It's a day in which we're challenged. And when you think about what Gene Rainbolt stands for in the state today and what he has stood for a long time, it's a challenge to us to continue his passion and his dedication. Any of you who know him, and many of us in this room, are privileged to be known as his mentees. He has mentored many of us. He has changed our lives for the better. I can tell you that ever since I set foot in the president's office at the University of Oklahoma, he has been there. He was there earlier in my political career. He's never failed to be there when I needed him. He's never failed to give me advice and encouragement when I've needed him. Whether it's been a 6 o'clock breakfast in the community or wherever it's been, whenever I've needed to look out and see in the audience a face that gave me encouragement to go forward, Gene Rainbolt has never failed to be there for me. So on behalf of all of us, Gene, that you have mentored of all ages, from students to young people starting businesses to people who needed an opportunity to finance a business opportunity that made sense, to build a community, all of us join today in thanking you for what you have meant to all of us, what you've meant to us in our lives, how your spirit has rubbed off on us and inspired us. There really are not adequate words to describe what you mean to the state of Oklahoma and what you've meant to the University of Oklahoma. As many of you know, Gene literally grew up on the campus of the University of Oklahoma. He lived close to the campus when he was growing up. In a way, the campus was his playground. And I'm convinced that kind of dedication started very early. We've never had a graduate of the University of Oklahoma who loved it more or who cared for it more through his great stewardship of this institution. Institutions don't thrive on their own. They cannot protect themselves. They cannot fund themselves when the public doesn't have the vision to see how they need the resources to carry forward into the next generation. They have to have people who truly care, who are truly invested, who truly want to care for those institutions. That's why they flourish. And we're so fortunate that we've had a steward like Gene Rainbolt and passing on those same values now to his family. And as I say, I can only imagine the pride he feels today in David and Leslie and what he and the other members of the family have done in his name. What greater honor could you possibly have in your lifetime than that? What does Gene Rainbolt stand for? Those of you who have read his autobiography, I think would find it easy to understand what he stands for. First, more than perhaps any other person I've ever known, he stands for and is passionate about equal opportunity for all people. It shouldn't matter into the circumstances in which you were born. It shouldn't matter where you came from. It shouldn't matter about what your last name is. Every single person has talents, has things about themselves that are unique, that deserve to be developed, potential that deserves to be developed. And he has a passionate belief that every single person should have that chance. And how does he think we can do that? How can we make sure that every single person has the opportunity to develop those talents that they have? Through education. He has seen that. And Janine Rainbolt, whose name is it names our College of Education, saw that in her life. They have invested themselves in providing educational opportunities for the next generation. And he sees that as far as the state is concerned and the state's future, we cannot afford to waste any talent. We cannot afford to waste any talent that is found in the next generation. The wealth of Oklahoma, some of it, yes, in material terms, is found beneath the ground. Some of it is found in other kinds of economic opportunities. But the true wealth of our state is found in the talent and the values and the ethics of our people. He understands that better than any other public intellectual in our state, and he has been saying that every time he has the opportunity. Today, then, we take up a challenge. We take up not only his name to be added to this graduate program of business, but we take upon ourselves to live by his values, to live by what he has taught us, to live by the goal he has given us, that every single young person in this state will have a chance to fully develop his or her own potential. All of them, not some of them, all of them, with no talent left on the table unused when it comes to building a great state, a great society here where we live. So what an honor it is to be able to put a name on a facility which not only celebrates in many ways where we have come from, our achievements through hard work and through dedication, but also stands as a challenge to us in terms of what we should do in the future. So Gene, we are grateful to you for lending your name and allowing us to honor you, because it goes far beyond just honoring you. You challenge us. Your name challenges us. And we pledge to all of us together pledge to you. We will try to live up to your values and to the challenge that you've given us by having this program bear your name. So today is a day of not only celebration, but it is a day of introspection for all of us, a day of thinking about where our state should be headed, where our society needs to be headed, what do we need to do to make it all possible, to improve the quality of life for everyone in our society. His name will be forever a challenge to us to do the right thing. And today, we express our appreciation for him and for his leadership in this great family through his children. I'm happy to say, and I'm very proud to say, that both David Rainbolt and Leslie Rainbolt Forbes are both graduates of the University of Oklahoma. Both followed the example of their parents, and they continue to provide extraordinary leadership for the community, for the bank, and for the way it involves itself in communities all across the state. David Rainbolt is now the executive chairman of Bank First. He continues to lead in every area that we can think of, whether it's service on the board of the Oklahoma Medical Research Foundation, or the McGee Eye Institute, or the Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce. Everywhere you look, David Rainbolt is involved in promoting good causes and promoting the same kind of values that his father passed on to him, of equal opportunity for all. The same is true of Dr. Leslie Rainbolt Forbes, who has served on our Board of Regents now for 4 years and has provided exceptional contributions as a regent of the University of Oklahoma. She's been a member of the faculty of the OU College of Medicine, so it's appropriate that this facility should be on the campus of our Health Sciences Center. She continues to give back in so many ways to the broader community. She's been on the board of visitors at the Ham Diabetes Center and has been so important, I would say, to our entire university. We're going through the same kind of dramatic changes at the Health Sciences Center. I see our provost in the back, Dr. Sanders, as we were going through here under the leadership of Dean Pullen in the College of Business. Everywhere you look, dramatic changes are being made to keep us in pace with changing needs around us. And she has been a very important part. I would tell you that on the Board of Regents, there's no stronger voice for what we need to be doing and thinking about in the area of medical education than Dr. Leslie Rainbolt Forbes. So through them, let us all have this opportunity as we thank them to also recognize the spirit from which they come, the spirit of Gene Rainbolt that we celebrate today, and the spirit and values of Gene Rainbolt that we take as our challenge for the future. So at this time, I'd like to ask Leslie and David to please come up and accept tokens of our appreciation on behalf of the entire Rainbolt family. Would you two please come up? This time I'd like to ask Leslie and David to say a few words on behalf of the family if they would do so.
Well, first of all, I think it's unfair to ask anyone to follow Speaking David Gordon. But I wanted to look like I was prepared as everyone else, so I brought my notes too. Unfortunately, it's a grocery list, but I have notes. Today, I thank all of you for coming. I thank you, President Bourne, Dean Pullen, Pat, for all your kind words. And I think, as everyone has recognized, the university is emblematic in the lives of our family and in the lives of many people here. My dad grew up 2 blocks away, and those buildings were instrumental and inspiring to him. And I think that they define what he's done in his life, the success that he's had, and the things that he's passed on to us. So I hope that through this and through the university in general, that the next generations will be inspired in the same way, and give back in the same way that he has. So thank you, Dad, and thank all of you.
I, on the other hand, am the only person up here without any notes, which you'll soon see the product of. Obviously, the primary reason that we were inspired to do this is to honor our father. And our entire family, which, by the way, my wife Kim's here, my son Adam, my daughter-in-law Whitney is here, who is importantly the vessel for my second grandson, which is what, 10 days, 2 weeks away, something like that. Yeah, thanks for being here. But beyond that, beyond the primary reasons, there are a couple other things that attracted us to this project. One of which was that I believe that this is the sort of thing that we all are going to need to do for the university going forward, endowing academic activities in buildings that already exist. And there'll be less brick and mortar in the future, and hopefully the money will be able to be applied to the programs as the university continues to grow. Secondly, it's been touched on, beyond touched on, it's been dramatically emphasized that this is the program of the future. And an MBA program in an MSA metropolitan environment is where we've always needed to be, and these are where the students that we want live. This is the place that's in proximity to the businesses that they need to be around to grow professionally. So it's a program, I think, of the future. And probably lastly, for the city of Oklahoma City itself, this health center has been important for decades and decades, but now as it evolves into a innovation district, we think that the Graduate School of Business is going to be an integral and even at this juncture, pioneering part of that evolution. So, to Dean, Mr. President, thank you for your leadership in this and for involving us, and above all, congratulations, Dad.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much, Leslie, for sharing with us today such an important tribute. I think it's an aspiration that any child would ever have, to honor a parent in such an important and a meaningful way. Before we conclude, with the singing of the OU chant and head to the student welcome lobby to cut the ribbon and then conduct our facility tours. I want to take a moment to recognize some of those individuals that the president mentioned earlier that stood alongside the Rainbolt family and helped build this facility right here for the OU and Price College family. First of all, Erin Wolf, who serves as the university's Executive Director of Strategic Initiatives. Erin and her team worked around the clock and led this project from beginning to end, starting when this was just an idea, just a vision. She worked closely every step of the way with Gary Armbruster at MA Plus Architecture, the incredible folks at Manhattan Construction, to quite literally tear down and build up this entire third floor. Special thanks to Chris Deal and his Advent team from Nashville, who transformed our space with all of the eye-popping signage, graphics, profiles that collectively tell the story of Oklahoma business, past, present, and certainly the future. To all of the leadership at the Health Sciences Center, from Provost Sanders to Paul Manzelli to Vice President Rowe. We could not have done this without important collaborative partnerships across the Norman and Health Sciences campus. Let this be a new day of collaboration for the broader University of Oklahoma. Thank you so much. And then, of course, our donors, our patrons, those who help make this facility possible, who have fully supported the cost of this facility with private donations. The Chickasaw Nation for funding our grand lecture hall. Governor Anatubby is here with us today. The Dodson Family Foundation continues to support our students in so many ways through study space with the naming of our graduate program suite. Our executive director of the MBA program, Eddie Edwards, and his siblings, they too honored their parents by naming the Elaine and Jean Edwards Family Executive Director's Office. Longtime Price College supporters WR and Judy Howe gifted us the Oklahoma Innovation Suite, which houses the Health Sciences Campus Office of Technology Development, where we do the patenting and licensing of OU research, as well as the HSC installment of Ronnie K. Arani Center for the Creation of Economic Wealth, where we launch new ventures based upon Oklahoma innovation. Our executive conference room was graciously named by the Inasmuch Foundation through the leadership of Bill and Bob Ross and their board. One of our all-important administrative offices is named after the chair of the Price College Board of Advisors, Deborah Kitchens and Jack Goddard. The Sonic Corporation generously endowed our kitchen right behind you, complete with the only MBA program in the country who has their own authentic working Sonic ice machine. So don't get out of here without a delicious beverage. OU Regent Renzai Stone and his wife Leanne joined Tamara and me, as well as the Brickman family, in honor of retired Brigadier General James Brickman, in support of our 3 graduate student group study lounges. Our 2 conference centers were each supported by Don and Carolyn Zachritz and Larry and Susie Lemon, who are with us here today. Importantly, the 4 faculty offices and student study nooks are named after the support of alumni and community partners and members of our faculty alike. The faculty offices were named through the support of Charlie and Darlene Boline, the Presbyterian Health Foundation, David and Amy Harlow, and Associate Dean Fran Ayers and her husband Tom. And rounding out our college's leadership support with 2 study nooks, our Senior Associate Dean Bob Doffenbach and his wife Mary, along with Associate Dean Laku Chidambaram and his wife Anu. Our faculty would invest, not only with their time and talent and their careers, but yes, with their treasure, that our faculty would invest behind this initiative. Tells you all that you need to know about the spirit, momentum, and promise for this college's future. Thank you so much for being a part of it all. Thank you to all of our capital donors. Thank you again to the Rainbolt family. And before we break to cut that ribbon, let's join in a time-honored university tradition, the singing of the OU chant. Leading us in a chant today is Stephen Jones, a first-year master's student in opera, tutelage of Dr. Leslie Flanagan. He's been in many productions across the state and nation, and he's going to return to the OU stage very soon in Hansel and Gretel later this fall. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephen Jones.
Praise.
sooner. Okay. Sooner. There we go.